Well, good morning. It's October 5th, 2023. I'm out for my morning walk this morning. It's later in the morning than it would normally be because it's been raining and it looks like we've got some clear skies for a little while. I'm walking a different direction than I normally would be. And ultimately, I should end up over at the freight train yard. This will actually be a longer walk to the train yard. And that's good. I could use a little bit of extra walking time. Walking all over walnut shells here. We're about halfway to the freight yard, I think. We're passing right by a construction area. Wonder what they're putting in here. Well, it looks like it might be apartments. Oh, it is Sunday, by the way, so things should be kind of mellow everywhere. Not so many people out, but there is a lot of people out. And the freight train station should be not operating on this Sunday or Saturday, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know exactly what their hours of operation are. I wouldn't be surprised if all 5 engines are stacked there at the office area. Oh, I've kept up a really good, steady pace this entire time. And it's been a good solid 20 minutes. 20 minutes of some pretty good cardio. That's always good. That's what I'm really looking for. Is getting some cardio every day on these early morning walks. Alright, I am just arriving here to where the train station's at. It's right over there. You can see 2 engines through the fence there. But this is where the office is, or the depot, or whatever you want to call it. It is right here. Alright, I have made it here. So I see 4 engines, and I see a tanker car, and on the other side of that building is the office is on the other side. So yeah, this is where they're based out of, right there. All right, so we have some activity over there. I see it looks like ambulance lights or something. I don't even know what that business is over there. So here we are. I kind of want to scope it out. Make sure that somebody's not around. So it's kind of a dark day, and it's very overcast, so the lighting's not very good. Behind me you can see the engines lined up, and that's looking south behind me. And that's where I usually join up to the southern part of the yard, and that's back there. The northern part of the yard extends up that way, and you can see a lot of cars up there. A lot of things stored. There's as many as 9 or 10 sidings that go for a long ways. That goes for at least 2 miles before it starts to go down to just one track again. So that's the main part of the yard. There's a lot of businesses up in there. They use rail service and all that. So the part of the yard I hang out at to come down and see action really is pretty dead. There's a couple sidings. You got this one here, which is just dead end now, as you can see. It doesn't go anywhere. And then there's a siding here, and that is going to lead into where he's into that building. Not sure, it looks like that's a lumber building there, lumber mill building, and you can see a boxcar in there. So that's one business that uses the rail service here. Alright, I was just standing on the other side of that pile there, and I'm just about to cross the spur line here, which leads in to that business right there. So, and you can see it's even gated off, so you can't just walk into that area there. I really want to go up here. I'm pretty sure it's going to be marked no trespassing, but I'll walk over there a little ways and see for myself. I'm kind of concerned about that white pickup over there. You can just see the nose of it sticking out. So let's go ahead and cross this line. I don't see any no trespassing signs. I'm curious to see what this sign says. That sign said stop. So anyway, so that's the area where I hang out up there. Let's get out here, cross over to the secondary, and then the main line is going to be right over there. So this is a secondary main here, and you can see it's actually used pretty well. And over here is the main line. The main line is the one that gets used most of all. So let's see if we can take a walk across the street and walk down there a little ways. There's a sign down there. Let's go see what that says. Okay, I'm walking across the street here. I'm under the tracks. Or pardon me, I'm under the overpass going over the tracks. Okay, let's go a little ways here. We'll go up here and read this sign. And I didn't go very far, and I got private property, no trespassing. So as much as I would like to go hang out down in there, well, especially during train operation times, I can't. So there is 4 lines, 5 counting this one over here. Let's go back to this secondary main right here, and then over to the main. And this is the main line here. You can see this is a siding I think that they use a lot, and I can see it goes off to another siding. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sidings that I can see right here. And this will go on for 2 miles before it becomes a single main line again. So there's a lot of stuff that happens down there, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to go down there and check it out. So let's go up this way. Let's go back up to where the area where I usually hang out. Okay, we're walking back to where we were originally at. I'm sure over here at the office it would be no trespassing if I were to go over around there and walk up where the engines are at. As much as I would like to, I'm sure there's a no trespassing posted, but I don't see anything right here. So let's just walk up the secondary line. So back up there where I was at before last week, I was looking at one of these transfer deals that is sitting over there. I'm sure I showed it in the video. I don't know what it's called, but this is what it looks like. It's in pretty good shape. The one up there is not in very good shape, and we'll take a look at that in case we missed that before. So here's the back of the office area, big old tanker there. There's an engine there. I don't see anybody around. But I'm sure you're not supposed to just be right over there. I just crossed off this, or I just crossed over this. It's kind of dangerous because there's a lot of oil. You can see the oil on the ties. It's pretty dangerous to be walking on these ties like that. But, I don't know, I should be walking off to the side, so let's go over here. And we can have kind of a nice look at the engines, not as up close as I'd like. These back two are 6-axle. I guess Larry was here. Walking by here, I see where somebody was out in that field, or I don't know which direction they were going, but somebody went crossing over that spur line and got up here and tried to cross this secondary line and appears to have gotten stuck. So I don't know which direction they were going, but that's kind of funny. That just happened. I bet that must have happened last night. It looks like it could have happened last night because the tracks are all covered with the evidence. Yeah, it looks like somebody was driving down this way and decided they had to cross the line and didn't have a lot of success with it, but they got out. That could be dangerous. Oh well, it wasn't my car. Well, one last look at the engines before we go. I guess it's time to go. Looking back down the secondary line, you can see how bent those rails are. I thought maybe there had been an accident because I was looking at them from back up behind me. But obviously they're built like that. And now, crossing back over to the main line, crossing over the main line, you can see how much it's rained during the night. And everything's nice and rusty now, just surface. I have seen this before, not here, but I've studied enough about railroads and stuff that I know what this is. This is a lock that they put on because the engines are back there. They put this lock on there, and if somebody were able to get one of those engines started and tried to steal it, which I don't know if that's ever happened, this would automatically derail them. They would come up here and they would get derailed so that they couldn't take the engine. Yep. I didn't know that this was here, but I definitely recognize it. Well, it was kind of fun showing you this end of the freight yard, or where they store them, the depot, the office, the whatever you want to call it. And here is the switch that takes them in and out of the office area. So they use this switch an awful lot. And then there's a switch there that will enable them to use that left spur there, where there is now 3 tanker cars. Okay, I'm back to the familiar ground. I don't see anybody. As I mentioned, there's now 3 tanker cars over there. Standing up here on the main line where these 3 tankers are now stored. Looking back down, that's where we were just at. That's what the freight train yard looks like, or the freight train office depot looks like, all the way down there. Okay, let's go over here to where the old railroad rails are stored at. These all appear to be worn out ones since the last time I was over here. Here it is, right here. And this looks like a very old one. See it there? And you can see how it works. This one looks pretty worn out. This is probably a really old one that needed to be changed out a long time ago, I would imagine. Alright, I think it's time to head for home. So that's going to be it for this video. Please like and subscribe and comment down below. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.